Hi everyone. Today we will be dealing with the topic domain and range of trigonometric functions. We have 6 trigonometric functions, so each one we will go through. Okay, let's start. First we will just I'm just reminding you that we have already studied that the value of sine ranges from -1 and 1, and the value of cos also ranges from -1 and 1, right? So when we say like that, we can just write like this. The value of sine, that is the maximum value of sine is 1 and the minimum value of sine is -1. Okay. Similarly, you have the value of cos is also ranging from -1 to 1. Now when we talk like this, the value of x for which we are finding out sine x, that x value is known as the domain of the function and sine x is your function. So sine x, the value of sine x, when we substitute x value, will be the range. Okay, that means when I say sine x, the domain of sine x and a range of sine will be, domain of sine will be what? The values of x which it can take. Okay, so there is no restriction, so we can say that R, that is a set of real numbers, is the domain of sine function. And when it comes to the range, it is the value of sine x when you substitute the values x, that is the real numbers for this value of x, so that your sine x will range only from -1 to 1. That means the range will be -1, 1, closed interval. What is the meaning of closed interval? It is including -1 as well as 1 and in between all real numbers. Okay, that's the meaning. Here equal to is there, so we are just having that closed interval. If equal to was not there, you will just write open interval. Okay, again for cos function, you have the domain as R and the range as -1, 1. That means when you substitute the value of x for any real number, you can substitute, you will get the cos x as ranging between -1 and 1. So that is your range. Okay, the value of cos x can go from -1 till 1, and here x value can vary for any real number. Okay. Next function which we are learning or just going through is cosec. Okay, now for cosec x, we know that it is 1 by sin x. Cosec x is 1 by sin x, and we know that cosec x exists when the denominator is not equal to 0. When denominator is 0 and sin x is equal to 0, and sin x is 0 means you have x is equal to n pi. That means cosec cannot have that value for which sin x is 0. That means the condition is x should not be equal to n pi, right? For n belongs to z. So this is the condition which will be acting as the domain of cosec x. That means when I talk about the domain of cosec function, the domain will be set of all those x in R, that means in the set of real numbers, which are not a multiple of n pi where n belongs to z. Is it clear? That is the values of x which cosec cannot have. In your sine, it can have any value. That's why it was having the domain as R. But in cosec, you have certain condition. That means the denominator should not be equal to 0. That's why you are having this condition. Now talking about the range. For the range, let's see what will happen. See, we know that sine is ranging from -1 and 1, right? Sin x is ranging from -1 and 1. Now if I substitute any value for sin x in between -1 and 1, I can just check for cosec x. If I am taking -1 as the value of sine, I will get 1 by -1, which is -1. And when for the maximum of sin x, for the maximum value you will have 1 by 1, which is 1. That means cosec is having -1 as well as 1 as its answer, or you can say in your range value. But what about the remaining values? Because sine is ranging in between, including -1 and 1, it is ranging in between means the cosec will be opposite of that. That means if I take sine as 1 by 2, cosec will give you the answer as 2, and 2 is greater than 1. That means cosec is having a value which can be greater than 1 also. Now again, if I am taking sine value as a negative, it can have -1 by 2, yes. -1 by 2 is included in this one. So if I am taking sin x as -1 by 2, I can say that cosec will have the value as -2, and this is less than or equal to -1. That means it can have minus 1 and less than or equal, less than its negative 1 value, and 1 and greater than 1. So what will be the range? The range will be set of all those y. Why I am writing y means I am just taking y as cosec x and telling that it is y. Okay, instead of writing cosec x. So set of all those y in R such that y can be either greater than or equal to 1. It can be 1. So it is equal to, and it can be greater than 1 because its value can be 2 if sine is 1 by 2, right? Or you have y is less than or equal to minus 1. So this is less than value like this. So you have your cosec functions domain as set of all those x in R such that x is not equal to n pi where n belongs to z, and range is set of all y in R such that y can be either greater than or equal to 1 or y is less than or equal to minus 1. Is it clear? Now the next function which we are dealing with is sec x. Okay. So for sec function, you know that sec x is 1 by cos x, right? And again, for the existence of the function sec, you have the condition for x to be not equal to what? Cos x should not be equal to 0. That means when is cos 0? When it is an odd multiple of pi by 2. So you can say that for existence of the sec function sec x, you have x is not equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, right? Where n belongs to z. So this condition will be acting as the domain of sec x. Okay. So when I write sec function, the domain of sec will be those values, those x values from the real number set which are not odd multiple of pi by 2, which is not equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 where n belongs to z. Okay. Again, for its range you will have the same condition as you were having for cosec. Why? Because again cos is ranging from minus 1 to 1, right? Now whatever the cos value is taking, sec will be the opposite of that. So the condition for sec is also having the same, that is either that value, that is if I am taking it to be y, which is sec x, it can be either greater than or equal to, what it will be having? Either greater than or equal to 1 or it will be less than or equal to minus 1. That means it's like this part and that part in your number line when we say. Okay. But it is including 1 and minus 1 because if you take sec as 1 by cos value is 1 is, you will get y as sec as 1. And if you are getting your cos value as minus 1, then also it is giving you minus 1. So that equal to sign will be included and the condition will be same as your cosec. So what is the range? Set of all those y in R such that y can be either greater than or equal to 1 or y is less than or equal to minus 1. Okay. Now the next function is tan function. Tan x is sin x by cos x, right? That means the condition for tan will be same as sec. What was the condition for sec? X value cannot be 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 because the denominator is having cos, and if it is 0 means its value will be like this, right? So you will have the same condition for your tan's domain also. That means tan will be having the domain as set of all those x in R such that x is not equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2 where n belongs to z. Okay, now talking about the range, what is tan? Tan x is sin x by cos x. So whenever I am substituting the values for sin and cos for the same x, you just remember that we are taking the same value, same angle for x, so that you are finding out what is tan x. Okay, so if I am substituting sin, suppose it is 45, or you can say sin pi by 4. So sin pi by 4 by cos pi by 4 will give you what? Sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So you are getting 1. So tan can have 1. Then again, as your cos value, or you can say that if your cos value is a fraction, it will go up in the numerator, right? And suppose I am taking sin value as 1 by 2, which is in your 30 degree, right? Pi by 6. Okay, for x equal to pi by 6, the sin value will be 1 by 2, and cos value will be what? It will be root 3 by 2, right? Root 3 by 2. So that your tan value will become 1 by root 3. So it can be 1 by root 3 is actually 1 point, right? So it will be giving you what? A smaller value. Now if it is the other way, that is if I am taking pi by 3 for x value, I will get root 3 by 2 by 1 by 2, which is root 3. Again, it is greater than 1. So you can say that for, except for these values which x cannot have, whatever value you give for x, you can have all the values for your tan also, tan x. Okay, so that the range for tan will become R. Understood? All the values tan can have. The last function is cot, and cot x is nothing but 1 by tan x, or you can say it is cos x by sin x. So you can say that the denominator should not be equal to 0, means x should not be equal to n pi, where n belongs to z. That means this will act as the domain for cot. Okay, for cot function the domain will be what? It will be set of all those x in R such that x is not equal to n pi, where n belongs to z, right? And again for cot function, whatever we have seen for tan function, the same will be applicable for cot function. That means it will have all values. Since this condition is applicable, it is not having any value which will not define this cot, right? So that for all other values, remaining values of x, whatever we gave, you will get the cot value as any real number. So the range is R. Okay, so its range is same as tan, but this domain is same as cosec. Domain of cot is same as cosec. Okay, now we will just go through what is the behavior of each of the trigonometric functions in the corresponding quadrants. Okay, so going for the sine function, the first quadrant, see the first quadrant's value, it ranges from 0 to 1, that is from 0 to 1. That means it is increasing from 0 to 1. Now when it is increasing means you know that this is in the first quadrant. The first quadrant, the sine function is positive also. Okay. Next, going for the second quadrant, the sine value is from 1 to 0, ranges from 1 to 0. That means it is decreasing in the second quadrant. Now again for the third quadrant, the value is from 0 to -1. That means in the third quadrant again it is decreasing, and then from -1 to 0, that means it is increasing in the last, that is fourth quadrant. Okay, that is all about your sine functions behavior in the respective quadrants. Now for cos function, you have from 1 to 0. That means sine cos 0 is 0 and cos pi by 2 is, cos 0 is 1 and cos pi by 2 is 0. That means it is ranging from 1 to 0. What is the meaning? It is decreasing from 1 to 0. Next, in the next quadrant, it is from 0 to -1. That means again it is decreasing in the second quadrant. Then it is going from -1 to 0 in the third quadrant. -1 to 0 means it is increasing, and in the fourth quadrant it is from 0 to 1. That means it is again increasing in the fourth quadrant. So that is about your cos behavior. Next, coming to the cosec. Here I have written not defined. The meaning of not defined can be either positive infinity or negative infinity according as it is in the which quadrant it is. Okay, that means according to the quadrant means you know that in the first quadrant it have all the functions to be positive. In the second it has only sine, that means sine and cosec will be positive. In the third quadrant tan, that means tan and cot, and in the fourth quadrant cos and sec. So accordingly we will take that what it is. This not defined is either infinity or minus infinity. Okay, so when we go for your cosec function, it is actually, see I have written not defined to 1, right? So it is actually decreasing from, this will be taken as positive infinity. Why positive infinity? This will be positive only in the first quadrant, so it can be only positive infinity. So it is infinity to 1. Infinity to 1 means it is decreasing in the first quadrant. Now for your second one, it is from 1 to not defined. Okay, Now 1 to not defined, and it is in the second quadrant, means it is again positive infinity. So you have 1 to infinity. Positive infinity means it is increasing. So here decreasing, then increasing in the second quadrant. For the third quadrant, this was infinity, and third quadrant, when we see, this is not defined, and this not defined itself should be taken as what value? Minus infinity. Now why minus infinity? Because it is in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant your sign value is negative, so that your cosec value is also negative. So in the third quadrant you have to treat this not defined as minus infinity. So it is ranging from minus infinity to minus 1. Now minus infinity to minus 1 means it is increasing. Okay. Now in the fourth quadrant you have minus 1 to infinity. Again I have to take positive infinity or negative infinity. I have to go through the quadrant. Now for quadrant, fourth quadrant, it is having a negative value, cosec is having negative value, so that you will treat this not defined as minus infinity. So it is ranging from minus 1 to minus infinity. That means it is decreasing in the fourth quadrant. Okay. Now for your sec value, it is from 1 to not defined. Again you will go for the first quadrant. First quadrant, every time all the functions are positive, so you can treat it as positive infinity. So it is from 1 to infinity, means it is increasing in the first quadrant. Now when we move on to the second quadrant, that is pi by 2 to pi, you have the value to be not defined to minus 1. Now when it is not defined to minus 1, you just go for your second quadrant. In second quadrant you have your cos to be negative. Now if cos is negative, sec is also negative. That means you have to treat that not defined to be minus infinity. So minus infinity to minus 1 means what it is having, it is what you will have from minus infinity to minus 1 means it is increasing, right? It is increasing from minus infinity to minus 1. Now again it is going from minus infinity to not defined. We will go for the third quadrant. In third quadrant you have tan to be positive. That means again it is negative. So you will read this not defined as negative infinity. So it is going from minus infinity to minus 1 to minus infinity. Minus 1 to minus infinity means it is decreasing its value in the third quadrant. Again for the fourth quadrant, cos is positive. Cos is positive means sec is also positive. Sec is positive means you have to treat this not defined as infinity in the fourth quadrant. So infinity to 1 means it is again decreasing its value. Okay, clear? Next is tan. Tan is having in the first quadrant, it is ranging from 0 to not defined. Again for the first quadrant you can treat it as positive infinity. So it is in 0 to infinity means increasing only. Okay, increasing from 0 to infinity. Then in the second quadrant you have again not defined to 0. It is going from not defined to 0. Now in the second quadrant tan is negative, so that you have to treat this not defined as minus infinity. Okay, minus infinity to 0. Minus infinity to 0 means it is again increasing. Next in the third quadrant you have it to be from 0 to not defined. Again in the third quadrant tan is positive. Tan is positive means you have to treat this not defined as infinity. So it is 0 to infinity means the function is increasing in the third quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, that means it is ranging from not defined to 0. Again fourth quadrant tan will be negative. That means it will become minus infinity to 0. So the value ranges from minus infinity to 0 means it is increasing. So in the fourth quadrant tan value will be increasing from minus infinity to 0. Next is cot. Cot is again not defined. In the starting from the not defined, it is reaching 0 in the first quadrant, right? Now what you will take as your not defined in this case, since it is first quadrant, you have to take it as positive. So it is from infinity to 0. That means it is decreasing its value in the first quadrant. Next, again it is 0 to not defined in the second quadrant, and in the second quadrant cot will be negative. So it should be 0 to minus infinity. Okay, from 0 to minus infinity it is decreasing its value. Now in the third quadrant again it is not defined to 0. Not defined to 0, but in the third quadrant tan function is positive. That means cot is also positive. And the meaning is you have to take this not defined to be infinity. So it is from infinity to 0. Infinity to 0 means it is decreasing. Next in the fourth quadrant it is from 0 to not defined. 0 to not defined means fourth quadrant again Cot will be negative because tan is negative, right? So you will have it to be minus infinity. So it is from 0 to minus infinity, means it is decreasing its values. Understood all the behavior of the trigonometric functions in different quadrants? Clear?